Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our monthly concert series here at Grace Presbyterian Church. My name is Mark Burnham. I'm the pastor here, and it's my privilege to welcome you this afternoon. A couple of things before we get started. Just a reminder, if you've got a cell phone with you, and most of us do, we would ask that you either turn it off or put it on silent so that we're not interrupting the program. Also, there are restrooms, if you need those, if you go back out where you came in through the narthex, just on the right there's some two restrooms available there as well. Also in the back, there is a basket for donations. This is a free program, but if you would like to make a donation, you're welcome to. If you want to write a check, you just make it out to Grace Presbyterian Church and leave it there. We thank you for that. So I'm going to now turn it over to Jumi Kim, who is our music director here, and Jumi is the one who does all the magic behind the scenes to make these happen. And we want to thank her for all she's done. And she's going to share a little bit of information and introduction. Jumi?
Thank you so much for coming today. This is our second year doing the concert series, and this is actually the first time that we're doing piano solo recital. So it means a lot, and I'm so grateful to have my dear friend to be the first piano soloist for our concert series. Koeun Grace Lee, she has a doctorate degree in piano performance from University of North Carolina, Greensboro, and a master's from University of Missouri, Kansas City, Conservatory of Music, and a bachelor's in University of Tennessee, Knoxville. And she's an active performer, and then also she presents performances and then give lecture recitals at numerous conferences. And actually, I met her in a national conference in 2011. So it's been 13 years since I've known her, and she is the pianist the most composers want to have her to play their pieces. It's like a dream come true for composers, I think, for her to play. Her expertise is, performing newly composed music. Even though that's her specialty for this concert, I really persuaded her to, play something more classical for our audience. So we just have a little baby step to go to get to know new music. So she will start the program with a Chopin. I'm thrilled with that. And the rest of it you can read. And she made my work so easy by providing this program notes. You see how thorough it is. I'm just thrilled. And I want to welcome Koeun Grace Lee.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much, Jumi, for the introduction. And I'm truly honored to be here at this church this morning and also this afternoon. And I actually had not realized that this is actually the first just piano solo recital until she made an announcement. So I'm actually even more honored to be here today. I will actually briefly, of course the program and program notes are all provided, but I will be making brief introduction to each piece. So the first piece of the program is the Chopin Nocturne in E flat major, which is probably the most well-known nocturne from 1830 and 1832. Is from a set of 3 nocturnes in Opus 9. I just played it this morning as a postlude at the service. So hopefully you can enjoy that nocturne. And thank you so much, and we'll go from there. So that was the Chopin Nocturne, and the next piece I'll be performing is Rondo Capriccio, Opus 129 by Beethoven. It's actually better known as Rage Over a Lost Penny, the subtitle. And actually, the subtitle was not given by the Beethoven. It actually is on the program note, but by his good friend, Anton Schindler. And Beethoven left this piece actually unfinished and also unpublished. And Anton Diabelli, another classical composer, later actually published it in 1928, and considering the fact that Beethoven actually has left it unfinished. And this is in rondo form, so you will hear the main theme from the beginning in various keys throughout the piece. And when I first learned it, it almost felt like a Mozart, but then I can see why it is Beethoven later on. So hopefully it actually doesn't have much rest. It's pretty relentless piece. It's contrasting from the Chopin Nocturne you just heard. So I hope you fasten your seatbelt for that. Yeah, thank you. So, I need to drink a sip of water after that. Okay, so the next piece is called Lark by Mily Balakiev, who is a Russian composer. I've actually played one of his pieces, actually with this piece in a set. He wrote very complicated virtuosic romantic works, but this, The Lark, is a transcription of a song by Mikhail Glinka, who is another Russian nationalistic composer from Farewell to St. Petersburg, 1864. And this is very lyrical piece, and the theme that, the opening theme is very sweet and wistful and very beautiful and melancholy, which appears throughout the piece in various different texture. And this is actually one of my favorite pieces to perform in Russian composers' repertoire. It clearly shows the influence of another romantic composer, Franz Liszt. So I hope you actually enjoy it. It's another contrasting. I'm actually jumping over different eras for the first half. So yeah, hope you enjoy it.
The next piece that she will perform is composed by Jean An. We actually have, it's our privilege to have the composer here. So I want to invite Jean An and introduce her pieces.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much. Hello, good to see you again. I've been here several times, sometimes as audience, sometimes as a presenter. And it's just every time I come here, it's such a joy. And it's wonderful that you guys are so lucky to have Jumi, who brings like world famous performer all the way from Chicago to host these kind of things. And we have a wonderful audience, so thank you so much. My piece is called Folk Song Revisited. And as you can see, it's a folk song, collection of folk songs, and I'm Korean, so I'm using these Korean folk songs, but I also grew up, I also had my, I studied Western music throughout my life, so I'm retouching those, revisiting these folk songs with my own music, which is more like Westernized music education. So I have 3 songs today, and first song is called Nilidi. It doesn't really have a meaning, it's more like Nilidi ya, Nilidi ya. That's the original tune. It's like la 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 la, my lover will come back again, and like have some kind of hope. So there's some kind of a sorrow that seems like the lover are left already, but it's also there's this hope. Second song is Mongeumpo, which means a boating song. So it's like lover, it's you're waiting, looking at the water and waiting for your lover to come back, or either you are in the boat waiting to go back home. So it's both kind of meaning. The third song is Onghea. It's a farming song, communal song that let's work together. Korea's summer is really hot, but we can work this out by singing. So it has this communal energy. I do have to share the knowledge that the Grace is the first one to actually record this. So she did the whole set of recording last year. So you can Google it, you can search it up. It's on Spotify. It sounds really great. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Miss An, for being here. And yeah, this is, I think, I mean, it may be the second time that actually the composer actually presents for her work. And yeah, it's my true honor to actually play in front of her. It's been a while to perform this piece. So yeah, thank you so much for the introduction to each piece. Hopefully, this piece actually, how would I say, express my identity, my dual identity, being Korean and also the resident of this country. Thank you. So I was telling Jumi after her piece, I may actually need a brief pause to get my thought together because I have 3 more pieces in the second half. So I'm gonna actually go to the backstage and then let Jumi make some announcements for you. Thank you.
Okay, so it was a last minute request, so I didn't prepare any song to sing. But we have something to mention about if you look at the back of the program. We have a March concert coming, and twice a year I prepare a choir concert and a Christmas concert, and then in the spring sometimes it's a hymn festival or Easter related. But this year I chose to do a Passion Week concert because it's gonna be on Palm Sunday, and it's gonna be based on the 7 last words on the cross. It's not a cantata or oratorio by any one composer, but I selected 7 different pieces by different composers. And it's all very beautifully arranged, and we didn't start the rehearsal yet. So if you're interested in singing with us, performing with us, you can come to Sanctuary this Thursday, 7 o'clock. It's just an hour rehearsal, and we're gonna have a 4 rehearsals and perform on March 24th with violin and cello. We have some soloists. So with these 7 songs, we have some solos and duets and piano trios and then all different kinds of music. It's gonna be beautiful. I felt like, I was so proud of myself finding all these arrangements. It took a month for me to prepare this. And so if you're interested, please let me know. And in April, I invited a choir located in the San Jose area. And they mostly sing a cappella. And I heard their performance is beautiful. I never really heard a cappella singing in this sanctuary. Even though we have a carpet on the floor, our acoustic is not bad. So I think it's gonna be really beautiful here, and I hope that they fall in love with our sanctuary and then come regularly. But it needs your support. Please come and support us so we can have this beautiful concert series keep going. And it's a new choir, the new choir. Yeah. So it's April 28th, 3 o'clock. Okay, it's on the program. If you see the small, picture, that's the April concert. And then we do 8 concerts a year, starting from September till April. And then we're gonna resume our concert series this September with a violin recital. I invited a violinist from, I believe he's from LA, Andrew Soar, and he's a wonderful violinist, and he happens to have another concert in San Francisco. So we're really lucky to have him. So I will, make sure that all of you can hear about that concert when the time comes. And then our church, we're so privileged to have this wonderful 9-foot Steinway piano. And this is a rare chance that we, get the maximum out of this instrument, isn't it? I'm just so, thrilled to hear what this instrument can do, and it needs the right person to play it to get the maximum sound out of it. And I think we have the right person today. You agree? Thank you. Thank you. Last year, because you see we have another piano. It's a little smaller, but it's a full-size Baldwin grand piano. So last year I had a 2 piano concert, which is very rare to have a 2 grand piano in one place. So I wanted to, use that benefit. So we had a 2 piano concert, but this is the first time we're doing piano solo. So I'm very excited. And I looked at the program, and I saw the Toccata for Piano by Julian Orbon. I never heard that piece before, but I'm excited to hear it, because when you see toccata is coming from the Italian word toccare, means touch. So toccata is action of touching, and it's usually virtuosic music specifically for keyboard. So this is gonna be very interesting piece. I'm super excited about it. When you look at her bio. She recorded album last year that was released last year, Variation on the Theme by Stephen Wolf, and other selected piano works that includes Jinan's. And that piece was composed, I don't know the exact year, but years ago, and then the composer couldn't find the right pianist who can premiere it. So voila, Grace was the one who premiered it and recorded it. And then I also world premiered a piece that was composed by a professor. Oh, shit. Yeah, Hagen. I totally forgot the name of the school that she's in. I'm sorry, but Haegyung Lee composed a piece for me and Grace and then another trumpet faculty in Kansas University, and we world premiered it in Tampa, Florida, and then we performed it again last fall at St. Olaf. And then if you see the picture here on the program and the poster, that's the picture I took at St. Olaf when we performed together. So I just wanted to mention that she did a lot of world premiering and then just presenting new music to the audience. Just out of curiosity, can I ask you, is there anyone who came here for the first time? I just want to curious. Okay, so you already used to how we run the concert program, all that. Oh yeah, good to know. Thank you. Okay, I hope that was enough time, Grace. I think it's time to bring you back.
Yes, so I'm opening the second half of the program. I would like to call is the Graceful Ghost Rag from the Three Ghost Rags by William Balcom, one of the legendary American composers from the 20th century. And this is the first ghost rag from the Three Ghost Rags, which is probably the most popular of the three. I mean, I should say it is the most popular of the three. And Balcom dedicated this particular graceful ghost rag to the memory of his father, whose benign spirit. Balcom himself said he often felt hovering around his piano while he played at night. So you will recognize it when you hear the very beginning. Yeah, again, thank you so much for being here, and yeah, hope you enjoy it. Yeah, so thank you. Yeah, that was a bit of a switching mood from the first half. The second piece, actually next to the last piece of the program, is called, let me just grab this so that making sure that I'm actually giving you the correct information, is a piece called Toccata by Julian Orban, who is a Cuban composer who lived in 4 different countries. So he was born in Cuba, and he lived in Spain, Mexico, and he spent the majority of his later days in the United States. He died in Miami, Florida. And he contributed significantly to the music of the South Florida region in that area. And I came across the piece as I was preparing for this national conference of the College Music Society. And I thought it was pretty good piece. I mean, it has some Baroque flavor to it, yet also it has some exotic, the Cuban and Spanish folklore blended into the piece in the form of Baroque era. So there are 3 movements. So first movement is Preludio, and second movement is called the Cantare. It's very beautiful singing texture in it. And the third movement is called is a sonata. It's a typical finale movement. It's altogether it's from, I believe it's from 1943. Yeah. So early 20th century. All right, thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy this piece. So here comes the last piece of the program. Yeah, thank you so much, Jimmy. Yeah, so the last piece is by Tex Kim, who is a San Diego-based Korean composer, and very talented, very versatile composer, in my opinion, whom I met last year at a conference. And is a piece called Coco Un Poco Loco. Un Poco Loco. I think that's what I'm pronouncing it right. Hopefully, Texu, forgive me if I am not doing it, if I'm pronouncing wrong. I think he may be actually live streaming. Yeah, and I think it means contemporary Korea. C-O.K-O. The first part. And un poco loco means a little crazy in Spanish, and reflecting certain rhyme. And it consists of 3 movements and reflecting the blend of the contemporary Korean, both Korean contemporary and traditional music. So the first movement is called Sanjietto, is based on Korean traditional music called Sanjo. And the second and the third movements are reflecting the Korean K-pop, the ballad, and then the third movement is also Korean dance music. So it's called, the second movement is called Emperor of Ballad, and then the third movement is called Jingle Up. So hopefully it's a good ender, and thank you so much for being here. And I've been enjoying my time here today. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much to Grace. I appreciate everyone who came here today, and we prepared really, really delicious banana nut bread and then chocolate chip cookies and then some other goodies. Please stop by in the fellowship hall, enjoy, and talk to musicians. Okay? Thank you for coming. Thank you.